Hello everybody, it's me, Mrs. N, and we are going to be recording some second step lessons because we are back to our remote learning. So you can see that I am not in my office, am I? I'm actually in my home office. And so this is, oh, there's my dog right there. Her name's Franny. She's going to sit in the background and she's going to be listening to our lesson today. So, guys, today we've begun a new unit, and our new unit is all about something called empathy. Now, empathy means that we can understand how somebody else is feeling because we have been there ourselves. So, for instance, if you have moved and had to start a new school and meet new people, and you have a new person in your class who just moved and is starting at your school and meeting new people, you can understand how that person is feeling because you have had that same experience. So you can think back and think, how was I feeling when I had to move and I was unsure, or maybe I was excited, or maybe I was really nervous, or maybe I was really shy and scared, right? So you can think about how it feels to be in that person's shoes by remembering how you felt. And that is empathy. So our unit is now, we're going to be learning all about different ways to be empathetic, to show empathy to others and understand how others are feeling, as well as understand our own feelings. So that is our unit 2. And today we're starting with a, Franny, you need to behave. Lay down. She's being hyper, isn't she? Lay down, Franny. She was being silly. So try not to get distracted by her. She is a hyper little pug. Sometimes she chases her tail and she gets a little wild. So hopefully she'll calm down. Okay, so we're going to start, as always, with a brain booster. And we're talking about something called perspective. So perspective, that's a big word. So perspective is thinking about how you and somebody else might not see things the same way. So I want to do a little experiment. Find somebody in your house, okay, and ask that person, so it could be mom, dad, or brother or sister, I would like you to ask that person to do this experiment with you. And here's what you need to do. Get a piece of paper and something to write or draw with, okay? And I want you to look at something in the room. So you look at the thing straight on, like look straight at it. And I want the person that you're doing this experiment with to look at it from a different angle. So maybe they move and they look at it from this direction, or maybe they look up at it rather than straight at it, right? And I want you to both do your best to draw that thing, okay? So I'm going to do this with Puppy. Puppy, what should we look at? Oh, I forgot to say hello, Puppy, huh? Go ahead, Puppy. Come on over and say hello. Hello, everybody. Hi. Okay, so I think what we should do is we should look at the tree in the background. I'm going to look from above, like that, because I can crawl up it. Okay, and you're going to look at it from right and straight forward. Okay? Okay, that sounds like a good plan. So, Puppy, you draw the tree from above, and I'm going to draw the tree as I see it from straight forward. Okay, so everybody get some pencils or crayons or whatever you have and a piece of paper, and let's do this together. Okay, you ready, Puppy? Here's your marker, Puppy. And here's my marker. Okie dokie, here we go. Everybody do this together. Okay, Puppy's going to draw and I'm going to draw. We're getting paper. It's okay, you can go take some time to get some paper ready if you'd like. Okay, Puppy, here's your marker. Okay, Puppy's got his marker. He's going to draw down here on my lap, and I am drawing here. Okay, good. Very good. Here we go. Here we go. Hopefully you're all drawing something at home too. And it doesn't matter if you don't think you're a good drawer. All you have to do is look at it from a different perspective than the person that you're drawing with and see how they compare. Okay? Good, good, good. You can probably hear Franny in the background. She is snorting. She is a very silly little dog. Silly, silly dog. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes. Puppy's not done quite yet with his drawing. Puppy, almost done? Almost. I'm almost done, yes. Okay. Puppy's almost done. Okay, hopefully we are all done. If we are not all done, then feel free to pause this video and come back to it when you're ready to continue. Okay, so Puppy, let's tear out your paper. Oh my goodness. Yes, ours look a lot different, don't they, Puppy? Okay, so this is to show how we have different perspectives. Perspectives mean that we see things differently because we're each unique person, right? So here is how, I remember I was looking at the plant back there from straight forward, just as if I was turned around looking at it. I was actually looking at the reflection, but that's okay. Here is how my drawing turned out. Okay, so that was my perspective. Okay, we can see that it looks pretty similar to the plant, right? Not as many leaves, but that's because I didn't have enough time. Okay, Puppy, would you like to show us your perspective? So Puppy was looking at the plant from the top. Okay, Puppy, go ahead and show us your perspective. In my perspective, it just looked like a bunch of leaves all jumbled in, and that's it. Oh, wow. Okay, so yes, Puppy, you can see your perspective looking at the plant from the top, and my perspective looking at the plant from straight on. Very different, right? Yeah. Okay, so guys, whoever you were doing this experiment with, compare your pictures. Okay? Are your sketches different? Do your sketches look different? Yes, they probably do. They definitely do, right? Because you were looking at it from different perspectives. Okay, so thinking about how others see a situation helps you have empathy. Because then you can understand, okay, well, the way that I see and think and feel about this situation is not the same as somebody else. So I can try and empathize with that person because they might see or feel or think about this differently than me, right? Very good. Okay, so now we are already to the story part of our lesson. And so let's see. I'm thinking about what is the best way for me to do. I think the best way for me to do this is to show you the picture up close on the screen and read it to you. Okay, so here's our picture. Okay, we have Jenny, we have Kyle. Okay. Jenny is the girl, Kyle is the boy. You know what? Let's watch the video clip first so that we can remember what happened with Jenny and Kyle. Okay, so we're going to do that first. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Present my entire screen and share. Here we go. So if we remember, here is what happened with Jenny and Kyle and their two friends at lunch. Okay, so real quick, let's talk about what happened in that video. Okay, what happened in that video? Puppy, you want to weigh in? What happened in that video? Oh, well, Jenny and her friend, they were talking, and then Kyle and his friend Ben came over, and they bumped into Jenny, and then Jenny spilled all her milk in her hair and on her shirt, and then she was feeling very sad and embarrassed, and her friend Meg was showing empathy because Meg asked if she was okay. But Kyle and Ben, they didn't really show empathy because they were laughing at Jenny, and that made her feel even more sad. Very good, Puppy. Yes, that's exactly right. So Puppy just explained that situation perfectly. So Jenny and Meg were having lunch, and the boys, Kyle and Ben, bumped into Jenny and made her spill her milk all over. And then she was sad and embarrassed. And they weren't really showing any empathy, were they? Because they laughed at her and pointed at her instead of saying sorry and offering to help clean up. So that wasn't a very good choice. So now we're going to see if these kids had different perspectives on the situation. Now I'll show you this picture. Okay, so Kyle and Jenny, here they are. And so we just discussed how they were feeling. Kyle was, in the video, he was laughing. He was feeling amused. He thought it was funny, right? Meg, Jenny's friend, was concerned, and she showed empathy to Jenny, asked her if she was okay. They all had different perspectives and feelings about the very same situation, didn't they? They were all in the same situation, but their perspectives were all different. So let's find out what Kyle chooses to do, okay? And as you watch the next video clip, I want you to think about how his choice changes everyone's feelings about the situation, okay? Does his choice change everyone's? Oh, you know what, guys? I accidentally closed out my video. Let me open it back up here a minute. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, so we're going to watch a video clip now, and we're going to see what Kyle chooses. So Kyle's the one who was laughing, who bumped into Jenny. We're going to see what he chooses to do and how his choice changes everybody's perspective. Okay? I'm going to share my screen in just a moment. Okay. Here we go. All right. So here is our video. Okay. All right. So how? Oop, I can't wear these. They were reflecting my computer screen, weren't they? Okay. How did Kyle's decision change the perspective? Let's think about that for a minute. Puppy, what do you think? Well, first of all, let's talk about what did Kyle do? We first thought that he was being really rude and just laughing and pointing at Jenny, which made her feel a lot worse, right? But then he made a surprising decision. And what did he decide to do? Oh, he went, it looked like he was going to run away and not help, but then he actually went to go get paper towels, and he came back and said, I'm really sorry, and I not mean to laugh, I was just feeling really surprised. I am really sorry, Jenny. And then everybody started laughing, and it was really funny that the milk exploded. That's right. So it changed everybody's perspective from being, oh no, Kyle was being so mean and laughing and making Jenny feel so much worse, to he came back, apologized, brought paper towels, and then Jenny could laugh about it too, right? And she was like, I never knew milk could explode that way. Ha ha ha. And so how did their perspectives change? Let's think about that for a minute. What do you think, Puppy? Well, I just said that they went from being very sad. Jenny was very sad and Meg was very concerned. And then when Kyle came back, they kind of felt like, okay, well, he didn't really mean it. He wasn't trying to be mean. And then when he said sorry, that he not mean to laugh because it was just, he felt really silly and surprised. Jenny said, I did too. And then they could all laugh together. That's good. Yes, puppy, exactly. So it went from being what could have been like a really hurtful situation where Kyle just kind of laughed at Jenny and then walked away. It went from being that to being a funny, silly situation that they could all laugh at together because Kyle didn't mean it and he said, I'm really sorry, right? And Jenny was, then she could make a joke out of it too and feel silly about it too. So very good. So let's show a thumbs up to whoever you're with, right? Give a thumbs up if you think that, or you predicted that Kyle was going to go get paper towels and come back and say sorry to Jenny. Did you think that was going to be the case? Me too. I knew Kyle would make the right choice. Okay, so do you think that Kyle was actually meaning, like he actually meant it when he said he was sorry? How can you tell? Somebody's tone of voice and their body language and their facial expressions give us clues about whether or not they mean it when they say it or whether they're being genuine. Being genuine means that you really and truly feel what you are saying. So, how could you tell that Kyle was being genuine when he said sorry to Jenny? How could you tell? What clues did he give you with his face and his body language and his actions that told you, yes, he is really and truly sorry. He's not just saying that. What do you think, puppy? Well, Kyle, he actually said sorry, and you could tell he was sorry because his face changed from laughing to, like, his face was just basically like, not a frown, but just kind of a straight face. And then he shrugged his shoulders and he said, I'm really sorry. And his voice kind of got lower. And then he went and he got some paper towels and helped with cleaning up. So I believe that he was actually being truthful. Yes, that he was really sorry. Me too. Do you guys think that? I think that's great, puppy, that you just said everything perfectly, exactly my thoughts. So Kyle, we could tell that he was genuine because his face kind of got straight. Let's look at the picture again. Here's Kyle, right? So he looks like he's maybe more what? Is he feeling sad? No, he looks kind of like he is concerned. Like, oh no, I did something really bad and I made Jenny feel bad and now I have to say sorry. I feel bad for what I did. Yeah, I would agree with you. So Kyle looks maybe like he is concerned. And we can tell because his face is not, he's not smiling and laughing anymore. He's not exactly frowning, but he has his eyebrows down and he looks like he's focusing, right? And so he is showing us a face of concern. Now, what were the actions that he had that showed us that he was truly concerned and that he truly meant that he was sorry? That's right. It's because he went to go get paper towels to help Jenny clean up, right? Yeah. And so that action of trying to help clean up showed Jenny that he was really and truly feeling sorry. So our actions and our facial expressions and our tone of voice all are clues whether or not we are being truthful and genuine when we're expressing our feelings, right? So how did Jenny feel after Kyle came back and said sorry and helped her clean up? Then how did she feel? What's on her face? Jenny went from feeling really sad and embarrassed to probably feeling relieved, not embarrassed anymore, right? She probably felt like, oh, phew, I don't have to be embarrassed anymore. Kyle's not laughing at me. He just was laughing because he was surprised, right? And she probably feels a lot better because Kyle said sorry. So now she knows that he didn't mean to bump her and make her spill her milk, right? Let's think about why Jenny's feelings changed, right? She went from being pretty sad to pretty happy and laughing, but she still had milk all over her shirt and in her hair. So what changed? I would like for you to think about it for a minute and then turn and tell somebody in your house what you think happened that changed Jenny's feelings. And Puppy and I are going to practice this together too, okay? So we're going to do a think, turn, and tell. So Puppy, would you like to go first, or would you like for me to go first? I can go first, my son. Okay, so Puppy is going to think, turn, and tell to me why he thinks that Jenny, her feelings of being very sad and embarrassed changed to feeling relieved and even happy and silly. Okay, what made that difference? Okay, so think, turn, and tell. Go ahead, Puppy. Well, so I really think that the reason that Jenny, she went from being really sad and embarrassed because she thought that Kyle was laughing at her before and that he was just being mean. But then when he showed that he was sorry by going and getting some paper towels and coming back and saying, I didn't mean to laugh. I was just laughing because I was really surprised too. And I'm really sorry for bumping you. That made her feel like, oh, well, good. I feel better now that I know that Kyle wasn't trying to laugh at me, and I know that he wasn't trying to make me feel embarrassed by making me smell my milk. So I think she was feeling different because Kyle told her the truth, that it was all an accident, and that sometimes when things happen, we don't mean to laugh, but sometimes we do laugh. And so then it's really important how we say sorry if when we laughed, it made somebody else feel embarrassed. I agree with you, Puppy. Very good. You are so insightful. Did you know that? Puppy is so insightful, isn't he? He just thinks about things so deeply and then he can explain. You are so good at that, Puppy. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so what did you think? Did you think, turn, and tell your partner or somebody at home how and why Jenny changed her perspective? Do you agree with Puppy? Yeah. Okay. So Meg's feelings also changed. So Meg is the friend, Jenny's friend, right? Her feelings also changed. What was the question that Meg asked? So Kyle came over and Meg asked, why were you laughing then? That's when Kyle got the chance to explain, oh, I was just really surprised, and when I'm surprised, I laugh, and it wasn't on purpose to make you feel bad, right? So Meg's perspective changed from being very concerned and feeling sorry for her friend who was just really embarrassed to what? What did her perspective change to, Puppy? Well, I think she was also relieved because she knew that her friend Jenny wasn't actually sad anymore. I would agree with you. I think that Meg's perspective changed too. She thought, okay, now I know that this is not like a serious thing and I don't have to feel bad for Jenny because Jenny feels better. So now I feel better, right? We kind of made the whole thing better by Kyle apologizing and saying, I didn't mean to laugh. And here, let me help you clean up, right? Very good, Puppy. So people can have different perspectives, even though they're all in the same situation. And it's really important if we want to learn how to be empathetic and understand how other people might be feeling, that we understand perspective. Perspectives can be different, right? And often perspectives are different. Just think about when you and somebody in your house drew pictures from different angles, right? Like think about how Puppy and I, here's Puppy's picture drawing the plant from the top, right? And here's my picture drawing the plant from straight on. Very different perspectives, but we're both in the same room and we were both looking at the same thing, right? So our feelings in different situations are exactly the same. Our feelings, our perspectives, the way that we interpret different things, whether that's behaviors or tone of voice or situations, can make all the difference in the way that we feel about it. That's our personal perspective. So when we try and understand how others are feeling, thinking about their perspective is very, very important. Okay, so right now we're going to do a little bit of skill practice. And skill practice is when we focus our attention and we practice what we've been talking about, which in this case is understanding perspective. So Puppy and I are going to role play this for you, and then I'm going to give you a scenario and you're going to practice role playing with somebody at home. Okay, you can even like talk to a stuffed animal if you want, as long as you're practicing role playing the perspective. So here's how it's going to go. So I'm going to read, we're going to be partner A and partner B. Puppy, would you like to be partner A or partner B? I'm going to be partner A. Okay, Puppy's going to be partner A. I'm going to be partner B. So partner A has to show a feeling, okay? And partner B has to try and identify their partner's feeling, okay? Then I'm going to read, well, first, before that, I'm going to read a scenario, the first part of a scenario, okay? And remember, a scenario is a pretend situation. So Mrs. N is going to read a pretend scenario, part 1. Then Puppy or partner A is going to show a feeling, and partner B is going to try and figure out what the feeling is, okay? And then I'm going to read part 2 of the scenario, and we're going to see whether or not the feeling changed, okay? So let's try it out. Okay, so Puppy, here is our scenario. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, so Puppy, you are in class and you are about to give your book report to the class. It is your turn. Oh my goodness. I hope I'm ready. That was really good, Puppy. So Puppy, I think that maybe you are feeling anxious or excited to give your book report. Oh, yep, I think so. Yes, anxious or excited. Okay, very good. All right, now here's part 2 of our scenario. The fire alarm goes off. Okay, Puppy, how would you feel if you were just getting ready to do your book report and the fire alarm went off? How would your perspective change? Show me just with your feelings. Oh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, good job, Puppy. So you went from being excited anxious to what looks like scared or nervous anxious? Yes. Yeah. So I was first excited to get my book report, and you know when you have like butterflies in your stomach and you're still anxious, but it's like excited. Yeah, I went from that, and then when the fire alarm went off, so fire alarms really hurt my ears because I'm a dog, and dogs have really sensitive hearing. So when a fire alarm goes off, it makes me feel kind of scared, anxious. So that's why I opened my mouth and I was running around because I would feel scared. I wouldn't be excited anymore. I would feel scared. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for explaining that, Puppy. Okay, so you can see how Puppy's perspective changed. He went from excited to give his book report to scared, right? Because of the fire alarm and the way that the sound hurts his ears. Okay, perfect. So now, do you guys have your partner ready? It can even be a stuffed animal. Doesn't matter. You're just practicing the perspective. So here is part 1, scenario part 1. So remember, partner A is going to be showing how they would feel. Here we go. You are almost finished with your art project. How would you feel if you're almost finished with your art project? Miss N? Yeah. How about you do this one? Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll do it with you. So, if I was almost finished with my art project, how would I feel? How do you think I was feeling, Puppy? Oh, very like happy and maybe calm and proud of yourself? Yeah, happy, calm, proud of myself for finishing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm almost finished with my art project. Now here's part 2 of the scenario. The teacher shows you a brand new pink color that you have to add in. I think you're looking nervous now. Good job. Yeah, so I went from being calm and relieved, like, oh, I'm done with my project, to, oh no, I have to use another color. How am I ever going to fit this in? Did my perspective change? Yes, it certainly did. It changed a lot. It did. How did your facial expressions and your perspective change when you did this scenario? Okay, guys. So to wrap up, today we practiced noticing changes in people's perspectives in the same situation, the same scenario, but people have different perspectives, and our perspectives can change Even in the same scenario, right? Jenny went from being embarrassed and sad to laughing because of the actions of Kyle. And Meg went from being really concerned for her friend to feeling relieved and also laughing, right? So today we learned that people have different feelings and that feelings can change and people have different perspectives. Oh. So if you guys are wondering what that sound is, remember Franny, my dog in the background? She is chewing on a sock, and yeah, here she is. Say hi, Franny. So she is chewing on a sock, and she got a little string in her mouth. Okay, so guys, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and remember that when we are in different situations, our perspectives, our feelings can change, and so can the perspectives and feelings of others. Okay, so until next time, I hope you have a really good day, and I'll see you for the next lesson. Bye.